So I just want to apologize before going into this video that there are a few times when the camera jumps a lot. It's because I got a new phone. It doesn't fit my tripod quite as well as my other one did, so I'm gonna have to be really careful with it until I get a new tripod. So I apologize for all the choppiness and bumpiness on the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have another fall recipe video for you. This is going to be some apple cider muffins. Complete experiment. Have no idea if this is going to work out, but if you're seeing this, then that means it worked out. So everything will be wonderful. So let's get started with what your ingredients you're going to need. So you're going to need a box of the Pillsbury sugar-free yellow cake mix. If you can find a white cake mix, I think that would work just as well, but yellow was the only sugar-free cake mix I can find. You're going to need some pumpkin pie spice. Honestly, I don't know how much. I will probably start with a teaspoon and just go from there. You need some apple, just one apple, diced up pretty small. 3 whole eggs. You'll need a packet of some sort of apple cider mix. Sugar-free if you want to keep the points down. So I just made this up. And you will make this into a liquid. So I'll show you that here in a second. And then you need 1/3 cup of unsweetened applesauce. So basically what I did was I just replaced the water that this cake mix calls for with the apple cider and replaced the oil with the applesauce. And then these are additions to it. So let's get into the recipe. Okay, so I put the cake mix in a bowl here. And then I'm just going to start cracking the eggs in. And here's a little tip that I've heard with baking goods, to have your eggs at room temperature, actually all your ingredients at room temperature. I've heard that that creates a much better baked good. I don't know, that's just something I read, so you guys can let me know if you've heard the same thing. I'm just gonna start mixing that around, and then here is my apple cider that I made. So I literally just put a packet in here, added in a cup of hot water, and let it mix up real good. Add that in there. And then I'm going to add in my applesauce, which I have measured out. The applesauce is just in place of the oil, so I just did the exact amount. It called for 1/3 cup of oil, so I did 1/3 cup of applesauce. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to try something, and so it doesn't taste, and I was really kind of afraid of this. I almost did 2 packets of this to the 1 cup of water, and I just kind of tasted a little bit of this and smelled it, and you can't really smell the apple cider at all or taste it at all. So I'm going to just actually sprinkle the packet in there and just see what happens. I think next time what I would do is make 2 full packets of the apple cider vinegar to just the 1 cup of water, but who knows, maybe this actually would be the way to go. Like I said, if you're seeing this recipe, then it worked out okay. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and put the pumpkin pie spice in. And this is a half teaspoon measuring spoon. So I just did 1 teaspoon. We'll mix it around and see how that looks. I think that'll be enough. I think 1 teaspoon is going to be great. Okay, and now I'm just going to fold my apples in. And I wanted to cut the apples up pretty finely, then that way you at least have a couple pieces of apple in each one of your muffins. I think this is going to make about 24. And as usual, make sure you look in the description box where I'll have the recipe written out, and I will have all the smart point values down there as well. Okay, so let's start putting these in the muffin tin. And just so you know, I smelled this again. It smells much stronger of apple cider. So I think that's the way to go. Do 1 cup of the liquid apple cider and then put 1 packet of this in there. And I just get this at my grocery store. I've seen them at Walmart and Fred Meyer, Safeway, all of them. So my muffin tin is all greased up with some non-stick spray. And I'm just using my 1/4 cup measuring cup here. I'm just filling them up. And I'll just continue doing this, and then I will show them to you when they're all done. Okay, so the first batch is ready to go in at 325, and I would start with about 20 minutes, and then I will check them and see if they are done. My oven tends to cook a little bit hotter than it probably should, so I usually check my things about 5 minutes early. So just whatever your oven normally cooks at for cupcakes or muffins. Okay guys, they are all done. They came out perfect. I've already tried one. It's so good. I can't even explain how good they are. And to know that they are sugar-free, have no oil, anything like that, so good. I have topped one of them, and that's how I ate one of them, was with this pumpkin spice whipped topping. So good. Enjoying it with a cup of coffee. Here you go. It made 20 muffins, so I don't know. I guess if I was a little bit more even with my mix, it may have made 24, may have made 18. I don't know. I will have the recipe plus the smart points in the description box below, so be sure you check that out. And thank you so much for watching another fall recipe video, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. Make sure you tag me on social media if you try it, so I know you guys are enjoying these recipes. Bye guys!
I see the light inside your eyes. You make me feel like I'm